Moo and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pinktron. I am Brent Robinson, and with me today is Sean Fogenberg. Sean, what are you drinking?
I've got a light little gin and tonic with some, what is it, Bombay Sapphire gin. Um, Going a little light with it because I will be racing in 4 hours.
Classic, classic. The old Bombay Sapphire. And with me also is Chris Greenland. Chris, what are you drinking?
I'm out in the field at work. So I'm resorting to what I had in my sample bag. So I dug out it's a Buffalo Trace Consortium Holdings barrel pick that I just picked up that I had in the trunk of my car.
And a Recovery Miller Lite?
No, the bar that I'm at that I just finished my meeting at is closed at the moment. So like literally it's a hotel and everything's put away and they don't have anything that I could like sneak from the bar. So no Miller Lite, just the whiskey.
It's a recovery Buffalo Trace.
Yeah.
And it's a recovery whiskey because Chris raced race one of HWR this week.
Well done, Brent.
Which was 2 laps of Two Bridges Loop.
I noticed the
Laps.
conspicuous absence of your listing what you're drinking.
Oh, sorry. Full boring glass of water. Hopefully also racing later, but mostly boring because I'm at work. So yeah, that's how it goes.
Boring drink for a boring room. Like, look at that. It's just pure white.
There's this is like good radio, but there's like a little like skeleton
Yeah, that a little bat.
Yeah. Anyway, 3 laps of Two Bridges Loop. And Two Bridges Loop goes from downtown out through the S's across this HJWB bridge. That's bridge number 1. Across to the 360 bridge and then up the start of the KOM reverse. That's probably the steepest part of the whole course. And then you're gonna hit the bypass back down and over back to downtown.
And I'm guessing that we don't count the little overpass bridge where you do the little loop around because otherwise there's 3 bridges on this route.
Yeah, it's poorly named, right? There are 3 bridges on the Two Bridges Loop.
So Chris, how rough was this? I was watching Matt's stream and even up in the front it looked pretty brutal.
Yeah, well, scorekeeper finished second, if that tells you anything. It's just rough. Like it's short, so people are aggressive right from the start. And really the way this course works out, you come out of the pens, you turn right, and you're straight on that hill to go up to the S's. So like you have to do that 3 times. So that's kind of a push point. And then you go through the S's and you have that final kicker of an S. So everybody goes on that. So that's another one. And then you have that first steep bit of hilly reverse. And obviously everybody just loses their mind on that because you're trying to break people there. So it's like every K and a half, like there's a surge. And for me, like I was done at some point, but the front group wasn't shaking anybody else. So I was just like waiting for the right time to Irish goodbye out of there. So I wasn't just by myself. I just needed wheels with me. So I found like 4 other riders who were getting shaken loose at the same time. I'm like, that's good enough for me. I'll take a little bit of a draft with 3 or 4 other riders, and I just pieced out off the back.
And was that at the start of the reverse KOM?
No, it was actually I think it was maybe even lap 2 after the sprint bridge and before the start of hilly. Like people just pushed on. You go through, the sprint banner, and then you have that little cobbled section, and then there's that little 2-3% rise as you come out of there. And I just remember just not feeling great on that, and everybody kept pushing. So I think that's where it happened, but I should really pay more attention because I'm not sure if that's where it was or not. But
I'm always surprised on this course. One of the places that I am most likely to get dropped is and this is obviously in ZRL when you've got the points on that sprint. Things stretch out after that after the S's and then the sprint. And sometimes if you're dangling on the back, things may not slow down as much as you're hoping, and it's really easy to get dropped in that like flat section after that sprint.
Yeah. So I think that's what caught me out. But yeah, you've got like nine solid efforts, and then it finishes up with a sprint back downtown. So you got to be prepared for that as well. Yeah, it's just a really straightforward race. Just hang on as long as you can and leave something to latch on with people behind you if you're not at the very, very top.
There was someone in this race who weighed 37 kilos.
What?
That can't be right.
And yeah, I mean, it can be right. But there's
165 centimeters?
yeah, just I mean, little kid. Listed as an U23.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
yeah. Oh, wait, what? All right. Well, yeah.
5'4"? 5'5"?
Okay. Yeah, that is odd, but
Anyway.
yeah.
Anyway, does seem to be well documented.
Yeah. 82 pounds.
Yeah.
And didn't win, so okay.
Oh, well, yeah. No, looks accurate.
Ouch.
Um,
I mean, I hope he's okay.
yeah. No, I mean he looks like this is this is his thing. I mean, he averaged 5 watts a kilo for the race, so good on you.
We wish him luck on his road career.
Yeah. Yeah, so few hard efforts and stick with as good a group as you can. I think Tron is the smartest option, but if you're I mean, I don't think that going full aero is going to miss you that much. But because most of the selection points are those little uphill efforts, probably Tron.
Yep, that's what I did. I'd do it again.
Agreed. That's a tough field that you were in too. Like,
Yeah, it looks brutal. I'm I'm hoping that everybody decided that they were going to do it this morning so that the race 2 is a bit slower.
yeah.
Good luck. Have fun.
Yeah, enjoy that. Enjoy that, everybody. That's a good I think that's a fun HWR. Fun, as we say in Zip. All right, let's get on to herd beginner racing, which is our D subcategorized race, scratch race for those who are hoping to learn and improve their Zwift racing, and it is the electric loop for 2 laps, 17.8 kilometers.
An electric loop is one of those really flat loops.
Yeah, 3 laps for the A's and the B's. So if you're the top 2/3 of the D category, you're going to get 3 laps. If you're in the bottom one, you're just going to get 2 laps for 17.8.
Yeah, so this doesn't go up to the railway or anything. You just stick on some of the super flat parts of Neokio. So this is probably one where it is just try and stick with as good a group as you can on the flats, stick in and draft and sprint it out at the end.
Yeah, there's really almost no features, eh? A little bit of bump after alley.
But even that, probably what, like 1 or 2% up
Exactly. For like
a couple hundred meters.
exactly. So yeah, which is, it's a good one for beginner racing. Practice your drafting, time your sprint, have fun.
Yep.
All right. That brings us to Climber's Gambit.
Oh,
What have you done
yeah.
to us this week, Chris?
It's your favorite climb in all of Zwift, Brent. It's the Temple KOM.
Oh, this is the worst part of the entire game.
I was thinking of you when I wrote the schedule.
So it should end up being a little faster, I think.
Because of the changes, yeah, I think so
Yep.
too. I think it's still gravel because it's no draft and just
Yep.
the circuit and all that, but
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. So it's Temple Climb, which is all dirt, except for the bit where there's like wooden planks, right? But everything
Up
else is
near the
dirt.
top.
Yeah. Um, what are the specs on it? I'm not on my home computer, so I don't have it up. 2.5K at 3.6, if I remember. Sounds right. We'll go with that.
Sure.
2.5 at, we'll call it 4%.
Yeah.
And based on the route, we're doing Cedar Tree, which is like the dedicated hill climb route for this particular climb, and we're only going 4K. So we hit the start line, I think, at about 1.3 going off memory. So it's pretty quick, start to finish. And then, yeah, based on the changes to the rolling resistance with dirt specifically, I wanted to get everyone's take on bike choices. It's still specialized. It was specialized crux before, right? Because that's the lightest
Yes.
dirt ready gravel bike, and then one of the two aftermarket gravel wheels. And that's still the
Correct.
case? Okay.
I would say that's still probably the fastest. The differences are going to be smaller, but I think that even the gravel bikes sped up a bit on gravel.
yes, the CR was lowered for all bikes. It was just lowered more for the road bikes.
Right.
Okay.
So it will be faster than, like, if you do your best effort, same power as you have done on this climb before, you should go faster. I think that it is still probably, a good climbing gravel bike, something like the Crux.
Interestingly, like there must not have been many races since they've changed it because all the best times are still from races in September and November of 2022. So
And the other thing that I'm looking at, so it's the forward direction, which is the part that goes up from I guess let's call it the left side. So you go like past the fishing village instead. It's the fishing village side rather than the castle side, right?
correct.
So it's that part where you kind of go over a little roller to start, and then have the kind of steep start.
Oh yeah, that seems familiar.
And then you have the like steep bit near the end where you kick up, and then you have the like flat finish.
Yep.
Cool. I think my best time on this was somewhere in the six something minute range. Let me take a look at what the best times are.
I never raced on this.
That doesn't
Oh,
seem
you must
possible.
have, right? Yeah, because there were some ZRL races that included this.
So people I'm following.
Oh, I did do
Okay.
get on this, but my best times at mine. You're faster than me at this, Chris. You got a 640 in the tank, and I've got a 649. Sean's a 655.
Yeah.
In a
So
climate gambit.
fast C's probably in the 7 minute range. Fast B's 6.5. Down to 6 maybe. A's probably in the 6-ish to below 6 range, depending on how fast they are.
I was cooked. That climb in the race that I got it in, I was at the 20-kilometer mark.
Yeah.
So
And this is all with the older numbers, so I'm not sure what that increase is going to be. I'll probably try and stick it at that same power that I was able to do in February and see if how much I can improve on that time.
Nice.
God, that must have been a long race. I finished 5th in that race. I don't even know how that happened.
Power of attrition.
Must have been a segments or something that everyone else got burned out on or whatever, and I stuck it because that's not even that fast a time up there. Interesting. Crazy. This is the things you learn when you listen to the Pink-Tron, is just
Oh,
later night facts about
yeah, but it looks like it was the race that had where that climb immediately followed the Castle KOM. So
yeah, okay.
you had a like 4-minute max effort followed by a 7-minute, like it. Yeah, you're not just doing your best effort on that. It's a 12 to 14-minute effort going up there.
Yeah. Oh, and okay, and this Temples and Towers has a rooftop KOM too in it.
Yep.
And I got 6th on the rooftop KOM before that. Well, my castle time must have been garbage, but then I got 6th on the castle. Anyway.
Anyway.
Oh, that must have. Despite my time looks like garbage compared to other people's, I actually had a pretty good race that day.
And that race did not finish on top of that climb, so
No, it did not. It did not. We came back down and then had to sprint.
herd of mountain goats on Royal Pump Room 8.
Just one lap.
I am not sure, but well, so I think so because Royal Pump Room 8 is a long course.
Yeah, it is. I would be curious if you would put in a custom finish for, like, top of pot bank or KOM or something like that. Doesn't look like it. Looks like it's just a straight up Royal Pump Room 8.
Which is 27.7K, 480 meters of climbing, and you do all of the roads in Yorkshire in both directions.
It's the Craig Martin special.
Yeah,
Loves that course.
it's a good course.
Mhm.
When do we do this one in Herd Winter Racing?
A little long for herd winter racing, I
It
think.
is.
Especially with the climbs.
Didn't we do it in Hare? Is this part of the Hare schedule?
Yes.
Yeah, we did it in October.
Segments.
Yeah, I feel like unlike most of the time in mountain goats where the suggestion is get a climber bike, stick in a group, and then do your climb, this is probably a Tron bike.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's net flat, right?
It's net flat. I knew you were gonna say that. Everybody has to take a drink. Net flat.
You start with the Ollie Hill climb. No, you start through a little sprint segment, then Ollie Hill. And then KOM back around the other sprint direction, back up the KOM, pop bank wall, downhill finish.
Yep.
Good times, good times. Yeah. I mean, still try and stick with your group even more so, but
Winter Mountain
Yeah.
Goat races. I might hop into that one. I like that course.
Sunday, Monday. So
Monday.
yeah. And since you're have upgraded and we can no longer try and convince you to race with us in ZRL, you might have time on Monday.
I might. Yeah, that's the other big news of the week.
Yeah, he's back to
back to the
B.
bees.
Back to being a shit bee. All good.
Stampede,
Stampede. Did I get, sorry, I thought I.
Flatland Loop.
Flatline loop, okay, yep. So flatline loop, one straight up one lap. Sorry, that's not right. Band flats. I've got
Is
that
that,
written off.
wait, what?
Didn't you just do flame pots?
No, we did Champs-Élysées last week.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because I dropped in on you guys. I used
Yeah,
the join a Zwifter feature. It
that's
was
right.
like you and Kai
It's
puking
right
all over your
inside the page, but it's
handlebars.
wrong on the.
Okay,
It's wrong on the main page, but it's right inside the tab.
got it.
It should be
So
10 bucks.
they're just flipped. Uh, so Flatland Loop will be in a month.
Yeah.
Fan Flats is just you go around the top parts of Richmond. I think it used to be called like Prefer Flat Roads or something.
Yeah, and it's multiple laps, so the total distance is 14.3 kilometers. I think that's technically 2 laps, but there's like a 4.3K lead in because you go from the pens kind of 80% of the way around the loop back to the sprint banner, and then it'll be 2 laps to the sprint banner.
Right. So the finish is at the sprint banner, not the finish line.
Correct. So yeah, fastest aero thing you got, TT bike, it's dead flat, and pacing is pretty much 14.3K. Most people will be 20 or less, I think. Maybe there'll be some D's that'll be just over 20. But so, basically find your 20-minute power, sit on it, and sit on it as long as you can.
Yeah, I mean, I think D's will be in the 22-minute range, probably a little under 40 kph.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, depending on how, like, if you're a big watt, big guy, you might be a little faster. Big rider, I should say. Yeah. Stampede's been good. Like, man, the last one, that Champs-Élysées, we had in the B's, in the final results, there were 9 riders from like second to 10th place within about 8 seconds of each other.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was intense. Like the top B was 10 or 15 seconds, but then after that, it was like so close. Bloody Tom Kimsey. We've been in the same time the last slots, and like he must just sprint right out of the thing because we've been like kind of like I don't know, when you start in the TT module, right? It's like a 15-second gap, so right away you can see like where you are. And the last one he was behind me, and right as soon as he came out, he came in and he was like 10 seconds behind me. And last week he was in front of me, and as soon as I came out of the pen, he was already like 20 seconds up. I'm like, what the hell? Like,
And then you spend the whole time pulling it back.
how did he put 5 seconds into me in 15 seconds? That's crazy. So gotta hit the gas harder out of the pen. Bullseye this week is
on some new roads. This is actually an interesting one to race. It's Coast. Oh, or am I looking at the wrong one?
Yeah, I think Coast Crusher, December 13th.
Yeah, Coast Crusher.
Yeah.
So it is, you start out of the jungle pens, go down through the jungle, but then you have all of those. Is it like one full lap of Coast Crusher?
That's 32 kilometers. So
That sounds about right. Well,
yeah,
no,
I think it's gonna be
42 kilometers because the
yeah, 'cause it's gonna
full.
so I guess not. It's gonna end at like
How many sprints does it say?
I tried doing a search for Coast Crusher and I accidentally landed on Crush's Coaster, which is an attraction at Disneyland Paris.
6 sprints.
So it's not that. It's not the spinning roller coaster.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So oh,
Huh.
I think he's got the distance wrong potentially, maybe.
Anyway, so who knows exactly how long this will end up covering. If it is the full segment, you're basically doing an out and back on the new southern coast. So you start through the jungle pens, come down, and then once you turn off, there's a sprint every. There are 3 sprints. Is it just 3 sprints along the? Oh, so no, that's what it will be. So the Stoneway
Oh, the
sprint
last one.
will be, so the 6th sprint is actually about 10K from the finish of the full course. So the Stoneway sprint, I think, is part of the lead-in. So you'll do that, and then Acropolis sprint, Sasquatch sprint, Woodland sprint, and Sasquatch sprint again.
Oh, I see. 'Cause it's not showing Stoneway Sprint on the course because that's like the start of the course is at that event.
Yes.
Got it. Right.
But so you end up doing most of the out and back along those roads. This is one that I might try and jump in.
Yeah, that looks fun.
I really like those new roads. I haven't raced any of it yet, and trying to, like, a lot of these sprints are kind of long, and you like uphill or downhill. Can be kind of interesting to try and figure out the timing when you don't actually know the road that well. Could be a fun one for Bullseye.
It almost feels like a scratch race. Like just try to stick a breakaway.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, if you were devious, if you could get 5 people to all get on mountain bikes and smash it from the start. I don't know if you can. Could you? I don't know. In the new with the new CRR, I don't know if you could put enough time
To
into
be able
the
to switch
people
back.
who didn't know to get off your bikes and switch onto your own bikes, but it would be close. It would be really close. Five, if people were going for it, right? Like if you caught them off guard and they didn't push, it would be real close. So anyway, get if you're going to do Bullseye, think about getting a group together and doing that because, like I said, a 5-man TTT on mountain bikes from the get go would be awfully close if the group behind you wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, and I mean it is 8K until the first sprint, essentially. Most of it on dirt. Uh, I imagine that what that's going to mostly end up meaning is that most people are just going to sit in a group and soft tap. But
that's why I think you might catch them.
yeah,
But the thing is I mean, they're going to see on a mountain bike probably, unless you can figure out the pen swap glitch.
Yeah, let's do a pen swap.
Yeah, if you pen swap so they didn't know, and all of a sudden you just had like 5 people attacking off the front, and like people were just dying.
yeah. Check in with Scorekeeper about how to do a proper pen swap.
On that TT bike every race.
Yeah.
Anyway, fun things to think about. Otherwise, sit in the sprints, and they are interesting sprints. Like, and these roads are like I've ridden them a few times. They're trickier and harder than you give them credit for. Like they look like they're flat, but they're actually rolling. Like it's almost never flat.
I would say it's net flat.
It is net flat, but
everybody's got a drink.
Well, technically, this route is actually a net downhill.
But so that's you don't expect there to be 140 meters of climbing in this when it's it's just like 10 meters at a time, but they're a bunch of short little rolling kicks.
Yeah. And at interesting spots like that woodland sprint, has 2 interesting lead-ins, right? Like one that's downhill right into the sprint, and then the other direction it's like downhill with the sprint like kind of 50 to 80 meters after you flatten out at the bottom. So you got to really kind of watch where you're gonna time your kick, how fast we're gonna come behind you, all that kind of stuff. Like it's really quite different scenarios in each one of these sprints.
Yeah, should
That's
be a
a
fun one.
steering might come into play too, because it's essentially just a big circle. So if you can get on the inside radius on a lot of these turns, I think you're saving time and effort.
500 meters worth, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
not
not
bitter.
nothing. It's net straight. It's a net straight course.
That is accurate.
And what are next week's? So next week, HWR is on Fine and Sandy. And next week's HBR is on Park Perimeter Loop.
Yep. Oh, sorry. 2 laps for AB at Park Perimeter, 1 lap for the Cs, the bottom Ds.
And Fine and Sandy it's a tougher one than it looks when you just take a look at it, because there's just a couple little climbs, but I think it's that like Mech Isle climb, am I right? Yeah, so it's you're doing a couple laps up that little dirt climb, or a couple times per lap. I'm not sure how many laps we're doing. So yeah, that's a tough one for HWR. So you'll have 4 times up that short little Mech Isle climb.
That is mean.
It's nicer than it was pre changes in the rolling resistance.
Yeah, it's still gonna be
Brutal.
Smash City though.
Yep. Cool.
Cool. All right. Round the horn is Zwift dropped a bunch of new levels. We can now get to level 100, and apparently you can get there faster than you used to be able to get. As someone who felt like I was level 56 for about a year.
Yeah. So, what level were we all at when this happened? Because I feel like James might just be watching our levels and keeping the max level 1 away from what we get to. Because I think the previous addition up to 60 happened when Brent and I were at 49. And this one I'm at 59. So it went from
57.
60 to 100.
Yeah. Yeah, it does feel like James is taunting us, doesn't it?
I'm behind you guys. I'm only 56, about to turn 57.
I'm only about a quarter of the way through, maybe 57.
So we can level up faster? Like it's fewer XP to move up a level? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. So there is a more so it used to be that the leveling got consistently harder the more levels you did. And there is a now more consistent kind of leveling system. The amount of XP that it took to get to level 60 over in the old system is actually, I'm pretty sure, enough to get all the way to 100 in the new system. But the process of getting there from, you don't just get all of your XP immediately added to the pool, that you don't just jump from 60 to 100, but you will upgrade levels more quickly if you've already got a bunch extra banked. So like, I think that if you're at level 60, you will end up having enough XP that you you're still kind of spending that additional XP to level faster until you get to like level 97, something like that.
Yeah, well, and there's new ways to get more XP and stuff, right? These like rapid streaks and all kinds of other new stuff. I'll be honest, I have not been on Zwift since they announced dropped all these updates. Which are they all in now? Are they all?
Yeah.
Okay. So I
Yeah, the
remember
Apple TV update was today. Like I got it updated today before HWR, and then when I logged out, it told me I had a streak of 1. So it's in there, even for us Apple TV potato users.
Yeah. So anyway, part of all that was they said they dropped 70 new unlocks. So we're going to talk about around the horn is what is your favorite new unlock as we scroll through this 5 minutes before we started recording. And there's really only one correct answer, but I'm taking it and I'm going last. So you guys go first. What do you got, Chris?
Oh man, okay, so this is like the first time I'm looking at any of this. Surprise, surprise. Ooh, there's a gravel party kit at level 87. I like that. It's got some like light purple bib shorts, confetti top.
A different color bib shorts is nice. I like that.
Yeah, that's good. I can't wear anything really other than black or really dark blue in real life because I sweat a lot and it just sweat stains on light bibs look weird. Um, but in Zwift, my avatar does not sweat. So the minute I get to level 87, which is a long way off, even with the quicker level ups, I'm gonna be rocking that. That's my go-to for sure.
Nice. How about you, Sean? What do you got your eye on?
So I've got two things. One, I think and this is coming soon, the tortoise and the hare sock pack. I'm a big fan of those
I didn't
pink
see that.
the pink rabbit socks. Love those.
Oh yeah, I like those.
And then as a former baseball player, I think the level 74 outfield kit might be something I ride
With white
ride
shorts.
with some white shorts.
White bibs. Okay, a couple of follow-up questions on that. Um, one, you played baseball at some time, Sean?
Yeah, I played through college.
Nice.
Look at the picture.
Yep.
You're a
He was like
pitcher,
the big unit, but younger.
but bigger.
Bigger than Randy
I'm
Johnson?
I'm pretty sure Randy Johnson's taller than me.
Does he have you? Okay. Not by much.
Couple inches,
And then
yeah.
secondly, how is this? Oh, because it's like an old school, like retro ball uniform with the pinstripes and the script lettering.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Although I gotta say, like this little things is this one's a slam dunk. Like, are they really playing with us? Like, it's
Yeah,
got a little
that's
winky
real
face
dumb.
there, so I guess they're.
A home run,
This
maybe?
this is when the UK, the UK marketing team wrote this up. This is James just fucking with us. It's the American cricket kit.
I don't think that this is the one that Brent is going to mention, but we are all very intrigued by there is a kit that you get one piece at a time called the Mirage kit, and we are wondering whether that like the fire socks where you hit a certain power and you trail fire behind you. Maybe this one you don't go fully invisible, but you maybe like start shimmering out of existence.
Yeah, I do kind of like that they've built like some kits that you unlock, like a full outfit that you unlock over time. That's cool. But yeah, if they build something like that in, like these are like level 90 plus too. So I mean, it is in the realm of possibility that that is a thing that happens if you get the full Mirage kit on. I would love that. But
Yeah, curious how they roll that. And then if you just have
Like
the
maybe
cap,
you,
like does
yeah,
your
maybe you
head
oh
like Back to the Future out of it, or like what?
that would be fun. All right, and my choice is of course level 71, the Scotty Squirrel cap. This thing is amazing. When I get it, I'm never taking it off, probably. I don't know. Maybe when I put on the lederhosen and put the Alpine hat on, but like it is an orange cap, ball like a bike cap with little blue flipped up brim and two dopey looking squirrel ears out the top. Like it's great. It's so perfect. Like more stuff like this. Like where's the floppy? Like, give me like a hat with like floppy dog ears that flap behind me. Give me like the beer can hat, like with little
Yes.
straws to drink out of. I mean, I want all the craziness like that. I know
Yeah,
people
I'll
complain about their like garage getting too full. Like, I don't know. Log on 5 minutes earlier and play with your kid. Like, I did the Stampede on the weekend. I put on the cow kit. I looked great.
there
You
was
did, yeah. It looked amazing.
in the the herd mentality chat, we in ZRL won a couple of the series, and there was there's going to be some sort of special like piece of kit that you get, and it turned out to be like a pretty boring white helmet. We were definitely really hoping that it was going to be something fun, like the winner's sombrero, that you get to ride around Zwift in a sombrero or something. But so adding these silly things is maybe a step in the right direction.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna be like gold helmets. I thought
Yeah.
that would be good. Yeah.
They might have run into some issue with the Olympics.
It's like,
The Olympic, yeah, no, in the Pro Peloton, the winner of the Olympics rides around in a gold helmet usually.
oh really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, like I guess like I mean they wouldn't do anything so cheeky as give you like rainbow jersey. That would have been the bike people would have never shown up for another Zwift thing again. Cool. That's fun. Well, good on Zwift, like updates, more unlocks. I don't know. It's video game stuff, right? It's good.
Yeah, big fan.
I think one of the things we should mention is just that if you are relatively new to the game, and we've been talking about once you get to level 12, you've got your Canyon arrowed and you can ride that until a certain level. Just go on Swift Insider. They have totally rearranged where you get each of the bikes and bike frames and wheel sets. And they now kind of more closely track with performance, but the fastest frame at level 16 is actually one of the fastest frames in the game now, the Felt AR. And yeah, just be aware of like what you can get when, because it's now quite a bit different. I think the arrowed is up at like level 27 now. So it's not it's not the best early all-arounder anymore.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, I already ride those Felt AR as my default arrow frame, so that's pretty cool for people who get it at like level 16.
And it looks like the Zwift Insider shopping list by level has been updated.
Yes.
I haven't paid attention to that for a long time, but as you know, because we've got people within the herd that are at various levels in their Zwift journey, probably worth refreshing that page or doing a quick Google search to see what you're about to get or what you can buy that can level up your game.
Oh, is the Swiss Arc 1100 die cuts are level 39 now? CADX Try is level 40. But
This is a really good reminder that I have like, I don't know, 12 million drops because I haven't bought anything in forever. But looking at the what to buy at what levels thing, there's at level 44 or so, you can get the safety bike, which is like really slow, big, heavy, and cost 3.5 million drops. So, might have to just go get the worst bike on Zwift.
you can get the Buffalo Fraud wheels and frame at level 42. 40
Yep.
as well. Good. Well, that's some good fun stuff. Swift is supposed to be fun, so buy funny looking kit and hopefully it'll make you look like the Predator when you sprint. I think with that note, we will say thank you to Chris Greenland. Thank you to Sean Fogenberg. Enjoy your races, everybody. Moo and good night.
Hey, guys.
I think Chris might have already left us.